Red Wings going with DeBrincat, Kopp, and Kane. Bruins win the draw. Shot by McAvoy. Turned aside by Talbot. In the win over the Penguins. Yoki Harju slides it across for Minton. Back into the Red Wing zone. Fraser Minton in with a shot, and that's turned aside by Talbot. Kept alive by Geekie. Out to Zadorov. Save made by Talbot. He was looking behind him for the puck. Kept it at the line by Yoki Harju. Centering pass by DeBrincat, picked off. Sent it on goal, covered up by Talbot off the dump in by Corrales. Zacha and former Bruin James Van Riemsdyk. Zacha wins it back. McAvoy across. Zacha stopped by Talbot. And he stretches out, covers the puck.
Get open, and McAvoy finds him for the one-timer. Watch how Pastrnak gets open, right to open space, and a good read there by Cam Talbot to get across and make a real good save early on in this game.
Yeah, Cam Talbot's.
The battle continues along the boards. Zacha comes in. Now a save, first of the game by Swayman on Evan Finney.
And that's exactly what you need if you want to play that system.
Here's Geekie. Stopped by Talbot. Both teams make changes. We've played 7.5 minutes. Here's Middlestat. Middlestat. Beautiful feed for Zacha. He's stopped by Talbot.
Huge hit. And then a chance coming back the other way as well. Kind of all over the.
2 hat tricks in the game for the Bruins. Hustadinov scored 4, Zacha 3. First career hat trick for both as Swayman gloves that attempt from Larkin.
And we haven't even got to their D yet. Yeah, because Detroit hasn't got down into their end that much here early.
Dropped by McAvoy, sticked aside by Talbot. Sherratt on the puck for the Red Wings. Over the stick of Pastrnak. Nice pass by DeBrincat. Here's Kopp with Kane. Now to the trailer, Sherratt down low, saved by Swayman on Kopp. And it's cleared out of the zone by Kopp. Handled by Peak. And now Pastrnak with a drive, knocked down by Talbot. Now Seider controlling for the Red Wings. Soderblom knocked down by Peak. Seider back on it for the Red Wings. Deflected ahead by Rasmussen. And now Rasmussen flips one on goal. Gloved by Swayman. Soderblom with it for Detroit. Puck down in the Red Wing zone. 10.5 on the clock here in the opening period from TD Garden. Kenny Albert, Brian Boucher, Colby Armstrong, no score.
Now, I wonder how many people really know that, all right? You wouldn't think that, but Pastrnak remarkably consistent when it comes to scoring goals.
Swayman covers. A lot more known now than a half hour ago before you mentioned it. DeBrincat across for Raymond. And now a drive by DeBrincat, missed the net, and then Kopp stopped by Swayman. And now the Red Wings will head to the game's first power play.
Well, if Swayman got a piece of this is a terrific save. There's a shot off the end wall, and watch the right pad. Oh, yeah. I mean, what a save by Swayman. It's so hard when the puck misses the net. You got to get that edge with your left skate and give a hard push. And
second unit on for Detroit. Here's Kane for Comfort. In with a shot, and that's blocked by Swayman.
Couple in a row now for Swayman. This is speed off the rush on the power play. And I heard the guys in studio talking about the luxury of having a guy like Patrick Kane on your second unit.
35 seconds remaining on the power play for Detroit. Here's Bandine Pellico with a drive. Swayman gloves that one.
Well, he's got the glove working tonight. Sit back against the grain, trying to get Swayman moved from his left to his right and then go back against the left. But Swayman, because he's deep, he's able to react to that shot. You see how far back in the blue paint he is?
Red Wings control, shot blocked by Corrales. Zadorov to the puck, and he lifts it the length of the ice. Bruce is correct. Saved by Talbot on Arvidsson. Puck comes to Arvidsson, stopped by Talbot from in close. Now Johansson over for the Red Wings. Stepping up to keep it alive, low ride for Arvidsson. That's his third shot of this shift. Edmondson on it for the Red Wings. Puck comes out to the right circle, saved by Swayman on Mo Seider. Across it comes to Kane. Kane into the high slot for Edmondson. Edmondson shoots, deflected, and a save by Swayman. I know you certainly enjoyed your time there in Atlanta. There's McAvoy. Now Zaka. Shot by Geekie off the pipe. And it deflects out of play.
Wow, what a shot by Geekie. Geekie, no goals in his last 9. And he can shoot it. Off to a terrific start at the start of the season.
That's a great view of it right there.
Yeah.
See a stick.
As Sherratt returns. No shots for the Bruins. Geekie hit the bar. Now Robinson spinning one on net.
You know, those are the tricks that you have to do. Whereas starters, when they play 7-8 games, I'll give this to you, Kenny.
Rolling in on Talbot, who makes the glove save on Geekie.
His position, and more importantly, he kept his glove in a good position. Watch how Geekie comes in. He tries to get Talbot to move to the right, but Talbot reads it. He knows that right-hand shot. If he's not going to go to his backhand, he's going to try and go back to the high glove. And Talbot patiently stays there, waits with the glove, and makes
Ontario reigned for 3 seasons. Todd McClellan certainly had a huge influence on Marco Sturm. Shot by Zaka. Score! Pavel Zaka gives the Bruins a 1-0 lead.
Game against the New York Rangers on Saturday clearly is feeling it, and a good job here by Lohrei to be on his toes.
Joining this unit late in the second period. There's Pastrnak dropping it back. Shot by McAvoy. Blocked. McAvoy with it again. Slugger across. Score! Minton. 2-0 Boston.
Who does the work? Good job by the Bruins to possess the puck. Pastrnak, the puck's on a string for him. The exchange here with McAvoy. Watch how McAvoy follows up that shot attempt. If he just shoots that puck and kind of stays up by the blue line, he's not able to retrieve this puck. Instead, he's on his toes, finds the puck, and finds Minton backdoor.
Yeah, you were breaking down what Talbot had to go through on that last big chance.
Now Arvidsson, 9 shots already. There's number 10, and then Talbot stops the rebound attempt.
Well, Arvidsson able to get to the middle of the ice. Tries to get Talbot to change angles.
And the only reason why they're in it is because their goaltender's been really good.
Another save by Talbot. In 45 seconds, the penalty to Sandy and Tomica will expire. Pass out in front. Oh, Kane with a golden opportunity. Kept alive by DeBrincat. And then knocked out of the air by Raymond. Penalty time winding down. Here is Larkin off the post.
Opportunity, some terrific work here by Lucas Raymond to keep the play alive. And Larkin nearly makes it a 1-goal game as he rings it off the pipe.
And sometimes that's what you look for, I think, putting lines in Marco Sturm with that line, is having a little bit of everything there. Really play off each other's strengths.
The line with 16 shots tonight, including 10 from Arvidsson. Empty net. Castellic scores! Red Wings pull Talbot, trailing by 2. Mark Castellic capitalizes.
Todd McClellan to get his goaltender out. Just over 4 minutes to play. And the Bruins' fourth line, a line that prides itself on being hard to play against. They're big, they're heavy, and Castellic able to use his wheels and outmuscle Lucas Raymond.
Casper looks to work it free. Now for 5 seconds. Bruins win it 3-0. First shutout of the season. 17th of Jeremy Swayman's